Hello and welcome to the last episode of Stenden TV magazine for this year. Today we are going to talk about Club of 21 and a special event, the new HNL Stenden app, animal influencers behind the song, the Stuco panel discussion and the Beach Rockers Festival. Also the new master Stenden is offering and the last edition of the M&EM. Our first clip will be about an event organized by Ivan, a first-year MEM student, which will take place in Club 21. It's Techno O'Clock.
Hey, Anastasia. Oh, hello. It's Techno O'Clock.
What are you talking about?
Let's check it out. See, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, I see. But what is this exactly?
It's a party on 16th of June organized by Ivan Kandowski.
Oh, really? By him? I'd like to know more about it.
Okay, let's go. On 16th of June at the Club 21, there is a techno party going on. And today we're joined with Ivan Kandowski, the organizer of the party.
Hello, guys.
Thank you for joining us today. How did you get the idea of organizing a party at 21?
Well, first of all, this is why I came to Stenden. My aim in life is to organize this kind of parties and events. So then I got this talk with a friend of mine, which will be the main DJ of the event. And yeah, I contacted the club, I contacted some promoters, I made some plan, and there it is. 1 month later, we have the party.
And why did you choose Club 21 specifically?
Well, the whole concept of the event is underground techno, dark techno party, which totally fits the venue of Club 21. And also this club is, if not the only one of the few techno clubs in Leeuwarden. So yeah, it fits the plan and the image of the event.
How was the process of organization?
Well, the process of organization, as any other plan of organizing event or whatever, was very tough. I contacted the booker of the place. I was supposed to do the posters and to put them all over the town, all over Stenden. So I would say it was hard, but we finally did it. So yeah.
And who is the target group?
Mostly students around the 20s, people from our school, people we know, people that enjoy techno.
Can you tell us a little bit about the party itself?
Well, the party is on 16th of June, as you already mentioned. It will be consisted of 2 of our fellow students who study here, 1 Dutch person and 1 Greek. Also, our special guest of the event is Bulgarian, so this makes the party very international, with a big diversity of music and knowledge and experience these people will share with us and in between.
And what do you expect from the party?
Oh, you know, I expect everyone to have a good time. That's one of the main purposes, and I hope to get around 100 people, maybe 150 in the best case scenario, and make a lot of noise so people will remember it and enjoy it.
Okay, thank you, Ivan, for joining us today. Any last words?
Well, the date is 16th of June, guys. Club 21, it's Techno O'Clock.
We hope to see you there. So, what do you think? Should we go?
I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, we should totally go.
Let's welcome Marcel Han, a first-year MEM student who's been working in Club 21 for a few months. Hi, Marcel.
Hello, nice to meet
Welcome. First, I'd like to talk a bit more about Club 21 itself.
Yep, sure.
Why is Club 21 different than other clubs in Leeuwarden?
Well, we only have like 2 clubs in Leeuwarden, which are actually international clubs. One of them is Hemingway and the other one is Club 21. Club 21 is mainly focusing on techno and other underground events. So we can say like 21 is the best or the only underground venue in Leeuwarden.
And because it's such an underground venue, what is the atmosphere like at Club 21?
Well, there's no different. There's like a target group especially students, but what I realized so far is there are like people from every age are coming to this venue. They enjoy techno, they enjoy other different events. I mean, we're not only focusing on techno, but we also have like commercial parties like trap and rap, but also like 90s and 2000s. But mainly like, yeah, there are a lot of students, but I saw people with the age of 50 plus as well, and they're all harmonizing together. Everyone is talking to each other, people are having a lot of fun, and there was never trouble at all. So
that's a really good atmosphere to have at a club.
Exactly.
Yeah, especially when you have like techno and it's a really forgiving and a really open space. And because Techno O'Clock is a new concept, how do you think that Club 21 can benefit from parties like Techno O'Clock?
Well, the organizer Ivan Kandovsky is a good friend of mine, and he has a Bulgarian background. So he decided like not to put it only on the national people, like Dutch people. He wants to make it as big as possible, invite different international students as well. And he has a pretty good lineup, as already mentioned in the video. He invited a Dutch guy, a Greek guy, and a friend of him who's coming all the way from Bulgaria just to play on this party. I think it's going to be really good, and a lot of people will be there.
Yeah.
And he has also a really nice concept. I mean, he spread the whole town with his event. Everyone sees it. He recently put like 2 big posters on his wall. I mean, he's living straight in the city center, and put like a music box and is letting like the whole city know that it's Techno O'Clock and plays techno all over the city, which is pretty nice.
So the DJs are coming from Bulgaria, Greece, and the Netherlands?
Exactly. He has 3 or 4 DJs, I'm not sure about it, but 2 people are coming tomorrow. I mean, all the plays from Bulgaria is really nice.
Well, thank you so much for coming here. Now we are moving on to an item that will interest many students. Have you ever been looking for a quiet room to study at NHL Stenden? Then the next video will be a big help for you.
Hello everybody. As you already know, exam week is coming. That means that the university is gonna get really crowded and really noisy, and you're probably gonna find yourself looking for a quiet place to study. Well, don't worry, because NHL, Stenden and Office Booking are developing an app together that is going to solve your problems. You're gonna be able to check availability of rooms in university where you can quietly study alone or together with your classmates. But now, let's see how many people actually know about NHL Stenden's plan. Have you heard about the new app Find Your Workspace?
No.
Do you like studying?
I do, yeah.
Do you like noise?
No.
Then you are the perfect customer for NHL Stenden's new app called Find Your Workspace. You should check it out. Have you heard of the new app that NHL and Stenden are working on called Find Your Workspace?
No, what is that?
It seems like not a lot of people have heard about this app so far, but I'm here to give you a brief explanation about it. Office Booking is a cloud-based technology distributor. This platform helps people in finding and also in booking rooms for different purposes, such as business meetings, or if they want to study, or if they have anything important to discuss. So it's not students only, it's for everyone that has the wish of booking a room. For NHL Stenden students, this means they can download the app Find Your Workplace, and all the available working, studying places around them will be exhibited on the app. At the moment, there's going to be a random order of exhibiting those places, but in the future, you're going to be able to choose wherever you want to study. However, this app is not only for students. Teachers are also able to use it whenever they want. Currently, the developers are also working on some updates on the app. This means that soon you're going to be able to book a room and also share free rooms around you with your friends. It might not be at its most developed form now, and it's also not very popular among students now. But from, let's say, a year from now, it's gonna make things like filming, recording, like studying, or teamwork much more easier than you've ever imagined.
Now, let's welcome Hanjo Herbijn in the studio. Hi, Hanjo.
Thank you.
You'll give more clarification about this new app, I hope. Firstly, I would like to know that what was your exact role during this project?
Well, when I started here, I was a student and I helped implement the system in the school because it works with sensors on the roof. And now I work at the back office to make sure everything runs smoothly.
So if I stated correctly, there are sensors in different spaces in NHL Stenden, and they can measure how many people are in a specific workspace.
That's correct.
Okay, that's really cool. And there are two uses. There's a use for students, but there's also a use for employees.
Yeah, actually there are three uses. You have the students who don't have to walk a lot. I mean, NHL and Stenden are very big.
Yeah.
And it can take 10 minutes before you find a place. With the app you can see where do you want to go. Where is a place where you can sit. For the teachers, it's also the classrooms, which one is used and which one isn't. Students can't enter rooms where you need a key card.
Yeah.
Also some meeting rooms have those cards. The employees can use those, and they will be able to book a room. And for the school as a whole, on paper, school always looks full. Everyone has that room, use that room.
Yeah.
But when we look in the app now, we can see that a lot of rooms aren't in use always, only on paper. So the school can use it to use the rooms more efficiently.
That's really cool. And as we saw in the video we just watched, not a lot of students use the app or do even know the app. But from the students and maybe also the employees who do, what kind of reactions did you receive?
Well, I got very positive reactions. People find the idea fantastic, but also I noticed some students are a little bit lazy because you need to download the app, you need to open it, and mostly people forget to use it because you're used to looking around. But the reactions are positive. Only a lot of people hoped that the app could do more, like a navigation system in the school. Just, I'm here, I need to go there, bring me there.
So, is the app still in development? Are there any updates coming soon you can already tell us about?
Yeah, we're updating the system now to use more narrowcasting. So we have screens where you can see this study landscape or this place is you can go. So you don't have to open the app, but it's easier to find your way. And we're also looking at wayfinding, the navigation in the school, but that's not easy to implement. Not every building can use that. And it has a lot of floors and a lot of ways where to go. So we're looking into that, how far we can get.
Well, Hanyo, thank you very much for telling more us about this app. I will certainly use it. And then we are going to move to the next segment, which will be about animals and Instagram. Scrolling down your Instagram timeline, you might come across some animal posts. This trend has led to a new kind of Instagram influencers, the animal influencers. The next video will show whether it's healthy for the animals or not.
Instagram influencers are getting more and more popular by the second. Fitness, business, or lifestyle, each one of us has a favorite account that provides us with our daily dose of inspiration. But a certain part of those influencers are not actually people, they're animals. Yeah, you heard that right. If you're an Instagram user, you probably follow at least one animal account just because you've always wanted that cute dog, you like funny cat videos, or because your parents would never let you get a pet turtle. Let's have a look at some of the most famous Instagram pets.
Do you have an Instagram account?
Yes. Yes, of course.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, I do.
And do you follow accounts with animals?
Oh, yes, I do. I have cats, like grumpy cat, dogs, a lot of bulldogs, parrot.
Well, before I used to, but not anymore.
No.
Okay. And do you know some of these accounts?
I cannot name them, but I have seen some.
Yeah, I think 2.
And what animals is it about?
Dogs mostly. I love dogs.
Why is that?
Well, sometimes I'm just not interested in the content that those pages are posting, but if they're posting sweet animals, then it's fine.
Do you think the popularity of dogs is increased by those accounts?
Corgis are now really popular, and first it was Chihuahuas and pugs, so yeah, I think so.
Do you think the well-being of the animals are affected by those accounts?
Probably yes. They can get really stressed, and they're not supposed to like take photo shoots of the animals and I don't know, dress them and stuff like this.
Do you think the well-being of the animals is influenced by these accounts?
Yeah, I think so, because they want to get likes and they put on suits and hats and shoes on the dogs, and I don't really think that that's good.
These animals have the lives of true movie stars. But how does that influence them? This one and all of the questions you might have will be answered by our guest, who is a wildlife management student.
We have an overview of what people think about showing off their pets. We have a special guest in the show, Kolja from Germany. He's currently studying wildlife management in his last year at the Van Hal Larenstein. Hello Kolja, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. What I'd like to know is you are a wildlife management student. Obviously cats and dogs are pretty different than lions and elephants, but do you have any opinion about these animal Instagram pages?
Yeah, as long as they are pets, like you said, rabbits, dogs, cats. If somebody takes a few pictures of them, puts them on Instagram, then do it whatever you want. Where I have kind of an issue with are, for example, monkeys or big cats.
Yeah.
If they get dressed up, like especially with monkeys, you see that a lot, that people think they're cute, then they dress them up, put them on Facebook or Instagram to get likes, and this is where I have a little bit an issue with.
Yeah, because you mentioned monkeys, and that was what I was wondering, because it seems like a trend that keeping monkeys as pets is a trend. We see it behind us, and there's like a little monkey getting a bath, I think. So do you consider that animal cruelty, like people having wild animals as pets for their own enjoyment?
Cruelty is a huge word,
Yeah.
but of course it's not anything like the natural environment. Dogs and cats don't really have a natural environment anymore. They used to live with humans, and I used to get baths or anything. But monkeys, I think that's a marmoset. They are not used to that. They normally live in trees, and often they get taken out of their natural environment, or live for a long period of time in small cages in black markets, because it's not legal. Depends on the country.
Yeah.
It's often not legal, so they are sold in black markets where the living conditions are not good. In the end, for a funny Instagram picture, and yeah, I don't see the point of just having a funny picture, and before that, all the way to that. So, yeah.
So like having wild animals as pets and on Instagram for your own enjoyment is like a negative side to the story, but there's also a positive side. For example, more animal shelters are using social media as Instagram, Facebook, Twitter to like broadcast their animals that are ready to be adopted for a loving family. And do you think that will be beneficial for their adopting rates?
Of course, it's a nice way to advertise their shelters. And if it benefits the dogs or cats which get adopted in the end, then of course that's a nice way to advertise the shelter.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I have to cut you off there. Let's listen to some music now. Marko Pavicic is a hip-hop artist who studies tourism management. We will get to know a little bit more about him during the next video.
Yo, I'm Marko from Croatia, now studying tourism management first year at NHL Stenden. Yeah.
Okay, Marko, so please tell me, how did hip-hop and rapping became a passion of yours?
Well, that was back in 2013 when I went to high school, and I met a circle of friends who were living hip-hop, like doing stuff that is related to hip-hop, which means graffiti, breakdance, making beats, freestyling, doing tracks, and they went to studios and they did all this. We made about 20 projects in 2014 and 15, and then in 2016 we just fell apart because we all went separate ways. Now I'm here, I mean, I'm producing my stuff in English, German, Italian. Why? Because in the tourism high school, where I met the circle of people that were hip-hop related, so I studied English, German, and Italian language. And when I came here, I wanted to make a track in all of those languages because I met so many Germans and Italians that would be really that would like to hear me rap in their own language. So this is the drum loop. Here is the bass. Over here there's nothing, and this is percussion. And that's it. Now, the song is really, really simple, and it's made with this that I already talked about. It's a collection of sounds and samples of hip-hop that were made in the year 1999/2000. So when I wanted to make the beat, I wanted to make it old school, like straight from the 90s. 2000 beginning. When we're talking about the lyrics, the song is made in 4 languages: English, German, Italian, and Croatian.
Ja, dva Austendera, pripadnici kvarta, jednosmjerna karta, gotova je sednja, sad su otvorena vrata, skupili smo pare, ja.
Now, the song is mostly an introduction of myself and the Croatia. When I meet someone from Italy, from Germany, from wherever, like when I have to rap to them, or if I have to freestyle, I often use the lyrics from that song. So if you met me, you might have heard the parts of the song Crow Flow.
Now, let's listen to Marko Pavicic, who will be performing for us live. Take it away, Marko.
All right.
Yeah. Yo, I'm from Croatia, and if you don't know where that is, you can call it a piece of Adriatic Sea where you wanna be spending your summer. Swimming too frequently, birds can normally. Nature coming mentally, you just can't believe how beautiful it really is once you come there with this. Just beneath Austria, Slovakia, and Hungary. No one coming there just to take one beer. Now, everybody know where we need to go. Croatia, bro, where I'm from. Just follow the flow and take some weed. Then you know, international part of Crow Flow. Now everybody know where we need to go. Croatia, bro, where I'm from. Just follow the flow and take some weed, then denn you know international Paraff, ja, ich bin Power. Ich komme aus Mother, das ist Mother in den Wien oder in Berlin. Ich bin nicht der Bild, das ist meine Wille, was ich fühle. Ich bin kein Offizier, meine Bruder Pater hier. Rachengras mit dir, chille mit uns vier. David sagen, kakva je to brija. Lereri, Julija Mija, plaža pljugica i piva. Bruda, das ist naša brija. Otkačilo sam kolima prema svima. Džajnerima, šeram krda dobrog dima. Now all, yeah, everybody know where we need to go. Croatia, bro, where I'm from. Just follow the flow and take some video. Then you know, international battle grow flow. Now all, yeah, everybody know where we need to go. Croatia, bro, where I'm from. Just follow the flow and take some video. Then you know, international battle. Siamo incantante, amo sve Hrvate. Fumaremo ta ganđe, Cosa Nostra brate. Neka oni shvate, Dalmacija je grande. Manjača, paljača, non interessante. Partigiani, italijani, niente dirveggiante. Istria je alte, bruto meni batre. Plaće su nam male, niente ideale. Prova mi cantare, pa onda idem dalje. Yo, now all, yeah, everybody know where we need to go. Croatia, bro, where I'm from. Just follow the flow and take some video. Then you know, international battle girl flow. Now all, yeah, everybody know where we need to go. Croatia, bro, where I'm from. Just follow the flow and take some video. Then you know, international battle. Ja sam iz Zapa, 172 kvarta. Tamo ti je bila i baka. Dok sam fumala se tanka, frende kod moga kvarta. Djetete da svaki dan halta, sve ti je blizu, ništa nije daleko. Ako hoćeš nešto, moraš ići pametno. To znaju svi koji su to prošli. Više nikad tamo, frende nisu došli. Jo, prošao sam školu, naučio neš, pa sam onda doma saznao za keš. Yeah, uzeo sam fleku i zapalio gens. Yeah, GTA sam odigrao sve do broja 6 ili možda 5. Piknuo si ket, dobar tek, rekao dobro došao svijet. Ako nisi zbajto tijek, dok nam traje ovaj vijek. Bani izvan grane prek, ja ti ne mreš u inostranstvo ako nemaš niš za jest. Yo, now all, yeah, everybody know where we need to go. Croatia, bro, where I'm from. Just follow the flow and take some video. Then you know the international battle grow flow. Now all, yeah, everybody know where we need to go. Croatia, bro, where I'm from. Just follow the flow and take some video. Then you know, international battle grow flow. That's the way.
Next, we will talk. Next to 12 Stuco, they recently organized a debate about ethics in media, where they had some great discussions. I'm here with Sonja and Ine. Sonja, how was the debate from your point of view? Because you're new to Stuco, it was your first event. How did you experience the whole event as a new member of Stuco?
Yeah, well, considering it was my first event, it was of course a bit stressful because I just got to learn all the new things about it. But like from my point of view, it was a good first insight of it. I learned all the different aspects when it comes to it, and like.
Hello everyone! Today we will talk about Stuco and their annual debate. Stuco is a student association here in Stenden and they represent MEM. They also organize this debate every year, and this year's topic was ethics in media, and we would like to find more about the event. And that's why we interviewed two of the head organizers, Victoria and Nele, in order to find out more information behind the scenes. We also interviewed Axel, one of the participants, who will share with us his experience as a contestant. So if you want to stay with us and find more about the event, just follow us. Let's go. Can you tell us a little bit about Stuco and the idea behind this event?
Yeah, sure. Well, a little bit about Stuco is that basically we are an organization that operates between students and teachers. So we want to help teachers to communicate with the students. So we also get feedbacks for the new curriculums, and we help the teachers just to, to get a better understanding how students see the process and how they experience the process.
What did you find the most interesting about the debate? Like something funny, or I don't know.
Yeah, definitely the speed round was very funny. The speed round was hilarious. We basically came up with a few ideas for the concept of reality TV. That the segment was reality TV, and we came up with with the concept. And we the students had to tell if it was real or fake, and they had only 3 seconds to decide if it could be actually possible or not. So a lot of things got messed up this evening because when you think, okay, it can't be even real, and then they figured out it was real, so it was like, whoa, really?
Yeah, it's just so crazy what people make of reality shows. I mean, we had so confused and crazy ideas. It's just amazing.
That sounds a lot of fun. Hello, Axels.
Hello.
Thank you for accepting the interview with us.
Thank you for inviting.
No problem. So, as we know, you were one of the participants to the debate, the Stuco debate. And I would like to ask you, why did you choose to go to the debate in the first place?
Well, when Sanne wrote me, I thought that it would be a great opportunity just to express my opinion.
What did you like the most about the debate?
I would say the openness of what I can say, because in these kind of events you are with your own opinion, and I like to express my opinion and make it reasonable for what I'm saying. So I like that I can express myself, to summarize.
Yeah, that's very nice. So it seems that the debate was a real success and the participants had a lot of fun. The organizers also put a lot of work in it and they deliver a high quality event. So that was all for today. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for staying with us and maybe see you at the next debate. Bye!
We have in the studio 2 Stuco members. First of all, Ine, the host of the debate, and secondly, Sonja, a new Stuco member who attended her very first event. I'm going to start with you, Sonja, because it was your first event as a new Stuco member. How did you experience the debates?
Yeah, well, it was really stressful at first, but in the end we made everything work, so it was really good. But like to know what comes when organizing an event is really a lot, because you have to invite the guests and the people that debate and everything around it. But it was a really good first insight, and I really got to learn everything. I can't wait to be a help next time. For instance, this evening at Noorshorn, there's the final call, or the last big party before the summer break, and yeah.
That's the second event you are going to be attending.
I'm going to take the photos and I'm really excited for it.
Oh, that's really cool. And you were part of the team that organized it. Did you also participate in the debate itself?
No, I was just like a viewer of it.
A viewer, okay. And Ine, you were the host of the debate. As a host, you obviously got to be somewhat neutral during such a sensitive topic. How was that for you?
I mean, it was very interesting. It was new for me as well because it was the first time for me to ever do something like this. But I did quite enjoy it because we had great participants in the panel, which really also helped me a lot, but also I guess the audience, because overall it was a successful event. But obviously in my head as the host, I was already prepared to potentially intervene whenever the discussion might get too heated. And it did get heated, but not to an extent where I had the urge that I would have to intervene or mediate at any point. So I did actually get to enjoy the event.
Okay, that's really, really nice to hear. So Stuco is this Saturday. When is the final call?
This evening.
This evening. This evening is the final call in Noorshorn. Everyone, if you don't have anything to do or you already have tickets, tonight the final call in Noorshorn organized by Stuco. Before we are going to introduce our next guest, we are going to watch a video with the topic of the wall. This includes the atmosphere, impression of the head office and promotion of the festival and introduction and conclusion of the Beach Rockers Festival.
Hi everyone, today we're going to the headquarters of the Beach Rockers Festival to talk to one of the organizers. Let's go!
Hi guys, the 7th of July Beach Rockers Festival with Broederliefde, Maan, Tony Jr., Vader Gonzalez, Jonna Fraser, Busy, Joey Daniel and many more. Buy your tickets now on beachrockers.nl. See you there.
I'm going.
I'm going. See you there. I'm going. See you there.
I'm going. See you there.
I'm going. See you there. I'm going. See you there. I'm going. See you there. We hope you're as excited as we are, and we hope to see you on Saturday, 7th of July at Beach Rockers Festival.
We are very glad to welcome Jimmy Geertsma, organizer of the Beach Rockers Festival. Jimmy, hoi.
Hello.
Hello, welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Beach Rockers Festival, you are one of the organizers of the festival.
Exactly.
What is this festival exactly?
Beach Rockers is a great dance festival at the Lake Tjeukenmeer in Sint-Nicolaasga, and it's a dance festival for young people.
Okay. And so it's a dance festival. Which artists can we expect, or can't you say it?
Beach Rockers celebrate its 10 years anniversary with a couple of artists like Broederliefde, Maan, Jonna Fraser, Luc van Dijk, and also we have a couple of international artists like Tony Jr., Vader Gonzalez, Joey Daniel, and Busy from his old squad, Yellow Claw.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of great names on your festival, but is there also something that sets the festival really apart from other festivals? Does it have a particular vibe or other performances?
We try to do our best for many activities like salsa workshops or suppen on a surfboard. And we have a lot of food trucks with vegan food, salad, burger, pizza, sandwiches and many more.
So there are a lot of different activities to do, and you have also a lot of artists. Are there also like different stages with particularly styles?
Yes, we have a Mangamoo stage that's with classic music, R&B, hip hop, some dance music, and we have a Brut stage with hip hop, R&B, and some more darker music. And we had a techno stage with house, techno and deep house.
And you are one of the organizers, but this festival already exists for 10 years now, safe to say, if it's the 10th edition. Were you always involved organizing this festival?
I am by this festival from the 7th.
From the 7th edition,
yes.
So for 3 years now. It's quite a long time still.
Wow.
No, it is.
I started as a trainee, and now I'm one of the 2 employees.
So you started as a trainee. Which particularly study did you follow to end up here? Did you do MEM?
I already studying at Friesland College.
Okay.
And I study event management.
Okay. And what is your particularly your job when organizing? Do you more marketing or?
A little bit.
You're here, so that's a bit of marketing.
The most is organizing events and festivals.
So, like final basic info: when do we need to be? Where do we need to be? Where do we buy our tickets? When does it start?
Beach Rockers is on the 7th of July at the Ulesprong. There's a recreation place at Sint-Nicolaasga in Friesland. And you can buy your tickets on beachrockers.nl, and also you can find the information there. And we had the day before Beach Rockers, we had a 90s party.
Oh, that's cool too.
With Party Animals, the Venga Boys, and the 90s are back, so that's also a nice festival.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today and telling us a bit more about Beachrockers. Now, we are moving on to our 7th video already. Within this video, we will show you the amazing new master that Stenden made available. This master will be a great extension of your media education. Dankjewel.
I have heard about a new master actually. No, actually not.
I've heard about the master, but I don't know what it exists of.
I've heard about it, but that's it.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I've read about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I did actually.
Yes, I did. Yes. Yeah, I heard that it's going to be a really interesting new program for all the MEM and other media and communication studies graduates. So it's going to be very interesting. Yeah.
I would like to know if it is of added value because I'm a third-year student of Media and Entertainment Management, and I do want to do one more study after finishing this, but I don't know if it's of added value or not. So
I would like to know about the master, what they offer, what is the unique selling point, what is better about their master than other masters, those kind of things.
I would like to know if it would contribute to a better job future.
How it's kind of built, like what the majors will be to kind of talk about, if it's research-based or marketing-based or where specifically things are going.
I think it's important that the master has very good career possibilities, that you actually know that once you've done this master, that you really can do more than if you didn't do the master.
Or in the work field instead of in school.
Maybe also very applicable to the industry in order to be able to actually use the knowledge that you gained, because it's an extra year that you're spending.
I want to focus on only one thing to get really good at that.
Well, it's good for your resume, I guess. Right? Yeah. And yeah, I think that's it.
In the studio we have Sonny Brent. Sonny will tell us more about the content of the new master in media. Sonny, thank you for joining me today. Sure. You are telling us more about the new master, because why is the master created in the first place?
So what is special about this master that we had a lot of cooperation with the guys from the work field. So we have media agencies, marketing agencies that we work closely together with. And both us teachers and these representatives from the work field, they saw a lack of students that had a master's degree in content creation, but could also see this process from a strategic point of view. So a lot of these representatives, they work for strategic companies or marketing companies, and they wanted to have people that can both create, implement, and have a strategic outlook. And that's why we created it, actually. So there's a lack of people doing this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you do this master, and because it's such in demand actually, are there also different career possibilities in opposite to a bachelor degree?
Yeah, the career possibilities are a bit different from what bachelor students have now. So if you finish this master, most of you will probably go to work like as a brand manager or strategic content creator, maybe even strategic marketeer. So yeah, it's a bit different, and what is different about it as well is that you as a master, at master's level, you have to be much more independent when doing the study. So we actually ask more of you. Yeah.
So in the video, we saw that a lot of students had pretty much questions about the master, and in particularly about the content of the master.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a bit more about what the curriculum will be during this 2-year course?
Sure, yeah. So it's a full-time 1-year master. It consists of 3 blocks, and each of the blocks is around 13 weeks. The first block is called Content Strategy, in which you get introduced with all strategic management focused on making content. The second block is Content Creation, in which you actually work on real-life cases with companies like marketing agencies, and you do pitches with them, and you get assignments with them. And the third block is Content Implementation, in which you actually test the stuff that you make together with these companies. And during these blocks, you have several types of education. The first is, we call it a boot camp, in which you get a lot of education in just 1 week. Then you start working on real-life cases with your study group, and at the end you have a cool down and some sort of study week. So it's quite varied, and we have field trips as well, so it will be really great.
Okay, yeah. I'm excited for the field trips. Yeah. That's also always a big plus.
Sure.
How can I enroll?
You have to write an email to mcms@stenden.com, and you have to actually do an intake procedure.
Okay.
So you have to write a motivation letter.
Okay. Okay, a motivation letter.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. But now we're moving on to our very own M&EM magazine. This will be the very last edition before the magazine changes its name to @CBM. Let's find out what we can find in the latest M&EM magazine. Now, given a warm welcome to Meerte van der Zee. She is responsible for the very last edition of the M&EM. Meerte. Hi. My cards. You are now currently working on the final edition of the M&EM. But could you tell us a bit more about the whole history of the M&EM?
Yeah, so Marijke sent me some info because I haven't always been involved, of course. But it's basically started 7 years ago. And it was by this 3rd-year student. She performed research on what a magazine should look like, how to make it interesting, what format it should have. And basically she found out, I have some examples here, that it should be like a square format. So just small sized, easy to carry.
Okay.
And what I found out later as well is that they looked really expensive. So people were expecting that you had to pay for it.
Yeah.
So they actually put on a cover that it's for free, so that people wouldn't leave it behind and actually take it with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some did better than others because she told me that this was a very popular guy. Personally, don't know who he is, but
I don't know either.
This, yeah, this edition went really well. So,
what was it again? For me?
This is Bert van der Veer, right?
Bert van der Veer.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Could be.
Okay.
No clue. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff in it, and yeah.
So, and you are working on the very last edition. I can imagine it gives a bit of pressure. Are there any highlights in the coming up version of the M&EM?
Well, I should say I wasn't the only one who worked on it, because the previous, like the way it works is that the first years make the content, and then 3rd years manage the first years. But they also put all the content together, like they make the selection and they put it together. So a lot of work was already done. I just did some finishing touches mostly. But yeah, it's the final version, so there's a little bit extra attention to that. But next to that, we just have the regular rubrics like they've been all the time.
So M&EM is changing its curriculum to creative business management. So there's a whole new stream of things happening. The magazine is also changing its name to @CBM, at Creative Business Management. Are there any other changes that will be implemented into the magazine when only changing its name?
Well, the template that is used has been altered.
Okay.
As you can see, this is the new cover of the 1st edition of the CBM magazine.
You made it?
No, I wasn't the one who worked on this.
Okay.
But this is made by the previous publishing group, so the 1st years.
I love it. I really love it. I'm very excited for it. Thank you for coming here. And thank you, Meerte. for joining us today. Thank you, Sonny, for joining us today. I was very glad you were here. And you, thank you very much for watching this episode of Stenden TV Magazine Live. I hope to see you again next year with brand new episodes. Sorry.